on the internet. As all Drawfee streams begin with us sort of tentatively being like...
We say, are we live a lot?
Yeah.
Hello?
Are we live? Karina says hello a lot.
Hello?
Oh, we've already got so many subscribers, but before we get to them, we should introduce our very special guest. It's Brennan.
Hey, how's it going, gang?
Brennan's here. Brennan, I almost just called you Brennan Lee O'Malley.
Why?
Because I was thinking of Brian Lee O'Malley, the author of Scott Pilgrim. And that's not...
We're off to a great start.
That's not it.
That's it. That's the good start. Thank you,
Nobody
Jacob.
can keep all these goddamn Irish names straight, all right? It's just one's the same as the next.
You know, thank you, Brennan. I've been saying that for years. I come out hard against the Irish a lot on this stream.
No, we probably have new viewers. Let's not say things.
Take a little trip back to 1840s New York with us as we listen to Jacob's anti-Irish tirade.
I've got a tight 5 on this that I think I'll just get into right now.
Perfect. Great. Ooh, look at this evil cup.
Yeah, I'm just drawing a little sort of grizzled adventurer / perhaps villain cup because as we mentioned on previous streams and on today's Drawfee Beans, we're drawing D&D characters.
Hell yes.
On stream today. Drawing your D&D characters, specifically the D&D characters of the audience. And I think the best way to do that is going to be sort of a name game style mad dash of people just filling the chat with, I would say just character name, race, and class. And then once we pick the character, then we can get into the nitty gritty, like the full page essays about their exploits, because there's no way we're going to be able to read that.
What you're saying is this is going to be just an absolute nightmare.
What I'm saying
is going to be a difficult reading day.
What I'm saying is this encounter has a high challenge rating.
Oh, look at you. Woo! Brennan's fucking pumped now.
I drew Fuhrer Bradley. Oops.
I'm going to be a good bean and remind you, should we put the thing so that we can see subscriptions?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we have a lot of subscriptions.
We've got so many subscriptions we need to say.
Read them. We've already established this.
Yeah.
We got Nero Lemon and Core Shies and drinking Diet Root
beer.
Drinking Diet Root beer.
Look, I just did a Karina.
It's not drinking Diet Root beer.
C. Squidly and...
Straw Insane Man.
Straw Insane Man.
The mug has pointy ears, so it's not Fuhrer Bradley.
Mark of
it's
the Beast with 2 backs, Snaker Doodles, Mace Marad, Apollo Attack, Jewel Smith 321, and DJ Boy Wonder all subscribed.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, all of you. And I'm sure there will be many more.
Yeah, and I think people were in chat like hours before the stream started.
Oh boy, we just
Joel's
got
here.
Some gift subs, you might say. It looks like 20. I think we just got 20 gift subs.
Wow.
So
from
many.
Duel.
Woo!
Brennan, I'm just going to tell you right now, the stream begins with us just reading people's names for approximately half an hour as the subs come in.
Perfect. I'm tweeting out that I'm hanging out on Drawfee Show for people to come hang out with us right now.
Oh, excellent.
And,
yes.
Wonderful.
And I took a picture of my desk, and I'm about to tweet it, and I realized that without any pre-planning at all, there is a piping hot French press full of coffee and a coffee mug, which makes me look like a straight up lunatic. Because it's like, 7 p.m. on the East Coast right now?
It is, yeah.
It's Drawfee. You're living that Drawfee spirit. You actually have the coffee with you.
On brand.
Yeah, that's good.
I have more subs to say.
Yeah, you should do that.
Maeve O'Dork subscribed, and Pink Witch, and 131 ZKD Lynn, and Quigley555 and Silver P Bear all reached into their pockets and took out a crumpled $5 bill and threw it at the screen.
Thank you all. I'm going to just be ready.
Did you tweet?
I'm going to be...
Yeah, did you tweet?
No. I was here. Do you want to tweet?
Jacob,
does one of you want to tweet?
I don't have access to the Twitter.
Oh my god, yeah, I'll tweet.
I can hand you this phone, and you will have access to the Twitter.
No, I'll tweet.
Jacob's gonna do it,
I'm gonna tweet.
and
Don't
then
worry about
also RT Brennan's tweet
Okay.
once it comes.
Yes.
Once it comes
Also,
in.
Hey, Resnick, 1022, Magister Entropy, Apples Saucer 1, Janine Knack 9, Oh Honey.
Oh, honey.
Oh Honey. Mrs. Wolf, Bees, Generic Viking, Stink Honey, and X Raven Monster Girl X. Thank you for subscribing.
Wow.
Yeah, that is some subs.
Has anybody said there? Oh, we've got some characters coming in.
Yeah,
there's so many.
so many.
Brennan, since you're our special guest, is there any? Oh my God.
Do you want to? What if we put the chat on slow mode?
Okay, let's try that. How do we?
I think it's slash slow mode.
Slash slow mode, but then we need to pick a time.
You gotta click in there and type it.
I'm doing it. I'm going. Slash slow mode.
Oh goodness.
What if you just do that? Does that work?
Perfect.
Unrecognized command.
No,
it doesn't.
we did it bad.
We did it wrong.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We just need a character to start drawing, and then we can
make
get
Brennan
back to the
read.
subs.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it. I
Thank
hope
you.
to get my BF's character drawn. Let's see here. Hold on a second. There's just. Oh, here's a fun one.
Okay.
How about this? There's one. I like this name. Villinif Flareknock North from user Zertlin, a gnome sorcerer / shepherd whose family has been turned into rocks. Oh no!
Amazing.
That sounds
That's
right up
very
your
good.
Hate to
alley.
see it.
So we have
Yeah,
a shepherd wizard,
A separate sorcerer.
sorcerer.
Sure.
This gnomish sorcerer shepherd, let's say that 10 times fast,
Mhm.
has inborn magic. Sorcerers' magic is innate to them. They're closer truly to magical creatures than they are to people who have to study magic, which is always a very funny thing to consider or think about in terms of how experience points work for most other people.
Right.
Where it's like, you got a wizard over here doing careful study. You have, a cleric who's drawing on the faith of their god, and then someone who's just born with it, baby. It's like Maybelline. It's
Hell
great.
yeah. Brennan, I'd like for you to know that I got that wrong in an episode. I said it backwards, and my Twitter mentions were ruined
Yes.
for like a whole
sure.
week. As is what happens every time I say something wrong, which
That's
is
just
every
always what happens.
It must have been an episode that I was not on, because I would have corrected you.
That's
you were
the
not on
D&D
it.
one, right?
Yeah.
It was me and,
When we
and
said-
Karina and Julia.
Do we know if there is any sort of if this character has a gender that because I'm just drawing some crazy hair, which could go any number of ways.
I didn't see a gender on this person. Hold on one second.
The gender is shepherd.
Yeah.
Shepherd. Okay.
And if I may
Shepherd,
intervene.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna give him more sort of sheepy looking hair.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should.
I think we'll go for unless this person. I already forgot the name. You said it very cool name, and I was gonna try and write it down, and then I couldn't. I couldn't
this
fast
chat,
enough.
This chat is barreling past.
Welcome to the Monday stream.
I love it. That's great. There's so many good characters here.
I'm
If
gonna
I-
shout. Or are you
Yeah,
gonna
if
do it,
I
Karina?
may
Yeah.
get back to the subs real quick, because a couple scrolled off, so sorry if I misremembered them. Gayocracy and Molten Bronze, thank you. Angel of Stars, Musipol 999. You can do the rest. I'm tired already.
You're doing great.
Thank
Joshua
you.
of me, Totes the Plaid. To anyone listening out there, Nightmare are full play. Nightmare full play. Nerps.
Nightmare Foul Play.
That says full.
Full.
Cactidoggo and LLL Main all subscribed. Also,
Thank
I'd like to just
you.
go ahead and get out ahead of this one and say, if we miss your sub, I'm just sorry.
Yeah.
There's nothing like I can't.
We rolled a nat 1 on the perception check.
I'm gonna say as many as I can.
To get the sub, to see that sub is what happened.
And we're very appreciative of all of your support.
I rolled a 0 on literacy, and I don't know how that happened.
You rolled a number that was not on the die.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Oh, this is all very dope. Love this.
So yeah, it's
there's so many coming in.
I'm trying so hard.
Brennan, I'd say if you like see any that draw your
just
attention, just
yoink
like
'em.
copy paste them.
Yeah.
And have them for us.
I'm gonna call out ones. I don't think we'll have time to draw all the ones that I'm calling out. I just want to call out things that I like in the chat.
Give them a good shout out.
Tiny Tobin said, "Mine is Inky, the attractive wood elf sorcerer. Attractive, all caps. Went full caps lock.
Important to note that. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because sorcerers use charisma as their main their main ability score for casting.
Correct.
So all sorcerers are like kind of hot.
Yes, that is correct. What I really love about Sorcerers 2 was when they were first introduced in 3.5 or not in 3.0.
Yeah.
In
the
3.0,
the first edition I played was 3.0.
The first edition I played, or actually no, I started with second edition, but quickly shifted over to third. And in that one, they introduced sorcerers. You had sorcerers and wizards, and it was cool because it was like, oh yeah, wizards do it through study, and then sorcerers have it inborn, but they kind of like left more. You could do interesting things with sorcerers about like where they got their magic from. And then in 5th, they now have warlocks, which I used to run a campaign setting where sorcerers were much more like warlocks. Like literally the name sorcerer implied you are channeling your magic from another source. There's like you're a conduit for some other, which I don't think is the real etymology from the real world.
No, but it sounds cool. It sounds right.
Cool,
right?
Yeah. And then they did warlocks. So they really, with adding warlocks in 5e, they have really hemmed in sorcerers to like, no. Your magic comes from the fact that your granddad was a unicorn, and that's it. You don't have to work. You didn't make any dark bargains. You don't even need to read. You could be fully illiterate.
Good news,
You
Karina.
are just so hot that you're magic. And that presents some interesting... Oh, look at these eyebrows. Beautiful.
I was thinking, because, like, sorcerers can really... I feel like sorcerers are the stylish ones. Like, everybody talks about bards being, like, the real fancy ones, but sorcerers, like, they don't give a crap about anything.
Nathan, watch your language.
You almost said a swear word.
They don't give a ding dangus about what they're just magic. They're just
really
fully
fired up right now.
Full magic, guys.
Somebody in chat suggested that maybe we just like hold off on suggestions until we're ready for another one.
That's what I was hoping for.
I do really
just
like
that was sort of what I was trying to get at when I was like, we'll pick one, and then once that one's picked, we can sort of chill until it's time to pick the next one.
Yeah. So everybody chill until we're ready again.
I am going to keep calling out ones that I see that I do really like.
Sure.
There is one here. This is incredible. What a character. Jeeves, the summoned non-rude ape/butler/familiar. He is proficient in pistols and fisticuffs and speaks common.
Dang.
What a character.
Pistols
Man,
and fistles.
Incredible. Well, first of all, I just really love that non-rude is said right there. Well, I also love it. Non-rude is not the same as polite.
I think it's a specific shout out because Nathan on Drawfee Show has had to draw what we describe as rude apes. Very frequently, like whenever it's just like he's been tasked with drawing rude apes.
I never thought that rude ape would be sort of like a classification of thing that I would have to deal with on a regular basis, but you know.
So for us, the clarification is definitely necessary because if we don't have it, we're gonna assume
it's a rude ape.
It's one of Nathan's many rude apes. We got some subs I need to say.
Please do.
Alita Codes subscribed and Bumblebee and dang Kitty.
Dang.
And Onyx Black 999 and Prime Sauce and Solace in Sandwich and Dr. Gyarados. Thank you all so much for your subscriptions.
I will say this computer is it's really trying. It's really trying to have all the programs we have running.
Is it having a struggle?
It's just you may notice that like as I get towards the bottom of the screen, something about the bottom of the screen really doesn't want to draw lines there.
Absolutely not. How dare you? You want to use your full canvas?
Yeah, so we're just gonna not there's an anti-drawing field there. So we're just gonna
Yeah, we'll just hang out in the middle.
We're just gonna hang out in the middle
in our safe zone.
Let's get some sheep, because compared to a gnome, sheep are going to be kind of big, right? Gnomes are little guys.
Yeah, gnomes are little guys.
And this is what sheep look like.
That's a pretty good sheep, I'd say.
Oh, I like it. It's a little scary.
Beautiful.
Yeah, what's it got on his mind? You don't know.
Sheep stuff.
Sheep stuff. And then his family is rocks, got turned into rocks.
Yes, correct.
But not
rocks,
too close to the ground, please.
Rocks shaped like their family, or just rocks? I'm just going to go with some rocks.
I think you get liberty on that call.
I think they're just rocks.
I think we just get some rocks, maybe a bigger rock for like the matriarch of the family, a smaller rock for like sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Brennan, I've got just like a trivia, not even trivia. I just want to ask a question about you.
Sure, yes.
What's your favorite character that you've ever played in a D&D game?
Whoa! As a PC?
Yeah, just like as a player. I don't know how many games you've played versus DM'd.
Oh, overwhelmingly DM'd. And I think that's a secret sadness for a lot of people, is like that once you start DMing, that you're going to be doing that for forever.
Well, yeah, someone wants to do all of the work, and I just get to play pretend. Yeah, you're gonna do that one.
Gosh, my favorite character. I really enjoyed playing a character in actually friend of the show, Molly Ostertag ran a campaign.
Oh yeah, she was on an episode. We drew D&D monsters in an episode she was on.
I was in Molly Ostertag's campaign that she ran, and I was a half orc, half elf monk cleric multi-class. I was like a sweet temple dancer, like sort of try to be very like calm and serene and loving, and all of his combat stuff was sort of about like not harming people. Just a big, sweet, soft boy spelled with an I. And he sounded kind of like Ludo from Labyrinth, if anyone catches that reference. He was like, oh, like a very sweet, noble monk cleric. There's a long period of adventure where he had a little bugbear baby that they had rescued, but everyone we met, because Molly was like going by the monster manual, which is sort of like bugbears are always evil. And for me, I'm like, you know what, whatever. Like the player's handbook says tieflings are often evil, and it's like, yeah, right. All my tieflings are going to be very sweet and misunderstood. Yeah. So people were like, oh, that bugbear is evil. And my character would be like, it's a baby. What are you talking about? It's a sweet baby. So that was that character. And I really loved him. His name was Humza.
So
that sounds like a wonderful character.
So the way I'm going to do this is I draw the drawing up higher and then I lower it down when it's done.
Yeah, art through adversity.
It's a poor craftsman that blames their tools, and I am one of those, so I am doing that. But I think this is a good first character. We've got the shepherd, we got the sorcerer, we got the rocks. The sheep's legs are very long, but
they're very tall.
They're tall sheep.
Well, he's a short gnome. They're a short gnome.
Sure.
Let's give him a earring, because that's a fun.
I'm going to say some more subs.
Great.
Please do.
Like Sky Griffin 11 and Most Least and Siamath Pern Koth and Scoops and Rice Star and Coke Pepitus Nesty and Swilliam Williams and Spilled Oats. All subscribed. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Oh, Louis Kong.
We're gonna have to do something about the chat.
We're sorry about the chat.
I do actually have our next character to draw if you guys are ready.
Sweet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to draw next?
I can
Yes.
hop in.
Okay.
Great.
Let's do
As a
let's do swippy
reminder
swap.
to the chat, please don't spam your characters. They're very cool to read, but it also makes the chat really difficult to deal with in general. So please
Yes.
don't spam.
You know, maybe we created this situation for ourselves.
Yeah.
But
We definitely did, but there also is a world
Yeah.
where if the chat continues to be so buck wild, we'll probably have to like switch to sub mode
Yeah.
for a time. So if you don't want us to switch to sub mode,
So yeah,
then
just chill.
you gots to chill. I love all of you, but you do gots to chill.
Please and thank you.
Brendan, you don't have to chill though.
You can just go
I-
off.
I shan't chill. This next one's from Callum Johnson 04. They have a bullywug bard
awesome.
named Humberto who is going through a midlife crisis in which their answer to the midlife crisis is to collect mythical creatures. So I don't know about you, but a middle-aged frog person bard with a bunch of magical little friends is my idea of a good time.
That sounds
That's
amazing. Is that
incredible.
that's what a
Sounds relatable.
bullywug is?
A
It's like a
bullywug
frog,
is a frog person, yeah.
friend.
Well,
Yes, this is literally like a frog, but also a bard, which is it's like Froggy Went a Courtin' style.
Yeah.
Like, what an incredible! I fucking love it.
Absolutely. I'm in on
And
this.
bullywugs, like, again, they tend towards being of the not good alignments for the most part, in my experience with them in adventures. They're sort of like frog goblins.
but
Well,
not this
I
one.
like the idea of just like a chill bullywug that just wants to make music for people.
The state Arizona says that's just a quiggle.
A quiggle is a bullywug going through a midlife crisis. That's
Yeah,
true.
pretty much.
Every quiggle is crisising out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get just like sort of a confident frog person.
I do really love, as someone who definitely knows the least about D&D just on this team, discovering new races that are just animal people.
There's a lot.
Like when we were trying desperately to make Drawtectives into an animal people show.
Yeah.
I was so excited that D&D came out, like 5e came out with stats for elephant people. And Julia was like,
Loxodon, yeah.
I wanted to be an elephant rogue.
please don't make me draw an
Julia
elephant.
refused.
Don't. She's like halfway through designing all of these like elaborate rooms and stuff. And she's like, don't make me have to make an elephant able to fit in these.
Wait, can we play a game? Karina, can we play a game?
Yes.
Okay, here's the game we're going to play. I'm going to give you a name of an animal person, and you have to guess. I'm going to give you the D&D name of the animal person,
Okay.
and you've got to guess what animal they are. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. First one we'll start with, off the top of my head, is Rastling. Rastling. Rastling.
Wrestling.
For some reason, my mind immediately goes to snake. Like you're
Ooh,
wrestling a
interesting.
snake.
Like you're wrestling up
Yeah.
a snake.
As you do.
When you're down south and you gotta wrestle a little critter. Snake.
Would you believe it if I told you that Rastlings were rat people?
That would make more sense.
I like the snake wrestle logic.
Well, and then
Little
actually,
yeehaw
there-
boy.
but there is actually a snake people in D&D as well.
The-
Do either of you?
The Yuan-Ti.
The Yuan-Ti, exactly.
Very,
That's great.
I would
very
be surprised if there
prevalent
wasn't a snake person.
in the Tomb of Annihilation
got it wrong, you know.
campaign that I'm currently playing through with some friends.
Oh, they're great.
And
I
just to
think-
cut you off for a second, we did miss some subs.
Of course.
And I think a couple of them scrolled off screen. But I know Cool Koala
Yes.
and Cutest Kitten, too.
Yeah.
If you want to read it,
I
you
can
can
do 'em.
just go
I can
right
do
on
'em.
ahead.
Memento Pluvia, Delicious, Nickus, Vegan Luigi, a hipster saxophone, Kazi, What's Up Dog, and Talion Baratheon have all subscribed. among the others that we missed.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you
and
all
also,
very much.
I did see that Ploops took the initiative to switch chat to sub mode for a bit, which I think was probably the right call.
For a spell.
Yeah.
We can switch back later, like when we're ready to get a new suggestion.
Yeah.
But for the time being, it definitely is, I think, a little easier.
Yeah.
Easier on the eyes, easier on the soul.
Thank you.
Because I know it was stressing me out.
We don't want to stress
Sorry
out.
about the state of the chat. It's
Listen,
just going to be
we're
one
in
of the
a
Mondays.
We're used to these tiny little streams we do on Fridays. This is our second ever Monday stream. So Brennan, thank you for being with us as part of this history unfolding for the channel.
I love it. Very, very excited.
So we're figuring it out as we go. Drawfee's mantra has always sort of been we're not the best at Twitch, but we're figuring it out. And so we appreciate everybody's patience with us while we do that. And I hope everyone enjoys this very good frog Jacob is drawing.
This is a wonderful
Because
frog.
this is a very good frog.
Very Animal Crossing.
No one can be mad in chat because this frog is so good.
This frog is here, and they're going to be doing their dang thing.
I saw that
of course-
Gem Apple Abbey gifted a bunch of subs as well.
Oh, thank you, Gem Apple Abbey.
And I forgot where you left off on subs, but there were a few more.
Oh, there's some more.
Sorry to keep cutting you off, Brennan. It's just
Punky
Monday.
McGee,
Monday
Bisexual
stream.
Goblin, Grapha-chan, Manda Monster 616, Moonshoes P33 is how I'm going to pronounce that one. 42nd Doctor, Astronaut Walrus. Astronaut Walrus,
Yeah.
that's fun.
And Silver P Bear gifted a bunch of subs.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is the friendliest bullywug I've ever seen.
I realized I didn't really put an instrument, so it's going to be like a soprano sax.
Oh, nice.
Like a Kenny
I thought you were
G.
going to do like a Vuvuzela.
I mean, the cool thing about frogs is they got their own songs that they can do just from sort of puffing up.
Oh, yeah. They definitely sing as well.
Yeah.
They do like a little, a soprano sax intro.
Yeah.
And they sing. Very multi-talented. This is kind of more of a recorder, but I don't know how to draw all the valves on a saxophone. Are you kidding me?
Incredible.
Brennan, I want another animal race
Great.
to guess.
Karina,
Yes.
what if I told you that there was a race in D&D called the GIF? GIFF. What kind of animal person do you think that is?
Cat.
Cat. Very close. That's Tabaxi.
Damn it.
But Tabaxi are the cat people. GIF are hippopotamus people.
How is that very close?
He was just trying to make you feel better.
You don't have to.
I'm so sorry. Years of teaching and improv teacher and camp counselor experience mean saying very close is something you could have said any animal on God's green earth and I would have said.
That's very sweet of you,
Listen,
but it's okay.
Cut the bullshit, Mulligan.
Why are you hitting Mulligan so hard, you anti-Irish, you fucking... GIF are hippopotamus people. And Karina, for bonus points, would you like to guess what the GIF's sort of signature proficiency is? What they're known for their main ability being in D&D? Bear in mind, they're hippopotamus people.
I feel like, I swear I looked at so many animal races when annoying Julia about Drawtectives, but I know Loxodon were like magic elephants, so I'm gonna go not that route with the hippo people and say that they're strong ones, strong lads.
Ooh, now that's very interesting. You're very close, but
They're actually cats.
It is. They are the multiverse's most proficient with firearms. So you were very close.
That was closer.
Naturally, the hippo people have a great mastery of guns. My favorite part of them is they're the only thing where in the original monster manual you see them, they're like packing heat. They've got arquebus. The main one's got an arquebus in his hand. And you're there and you're like, so if I want to include these, I have to include firearms in my campaign. Because that's their whole deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
incredible.
I think I'm making the mistake of drawing a little too much from my real life expectations, but I do like the thought of a hippo with a gun. So thank you.
Yeah, they're really, really great.
I was gonna guess they drown people like they do in real life. Isn't that a thing that hippos drown people?
I mean, I'm sure they do.
They go up underneath like tour boats on the river, and they capsize them by flipping them over, and then they grab people with their powerful jaws and drag them underwater.
Hippos are I'm not sure the exact metric, but they're incredibly dangerous. I think in terms of wildlife-related deaths, they are far and away the most deadly for the area where they naturally occur. They're extremely territorial and aggressive. And in other words, if you're out in areas where you naturally find hippos, you are way more likely to get iced by a hippo than you are by a lion or a crocodile
hippos
or
are
something like that.
scary. That's why I said strong lads.
Yeah.
I just assumed they'd bite.
The only thing that makes them scarier is the fact that they use guns now.
Yeah.
They're
Now they
very
can do
territorial,
both.
and they have guns.
And they'll
Jesus
shoot
Christ.
you. They'll shoot you and drown you.
No, thank you.
These are the creatures that my frog collects. I don't know what they are, but they are cute, and they're drawn to the sound of soprano sax.
Jacob,
Yes.
this is so heartwarming
This
and
is
delightful.
whimsical.
This is D&D, right?
This is what D&D
Yes.
is.
Is this what it
This
is?
Incredible. I have to say, we are the next. This illustration is incredible. I love this little bullywug bard. I have another character here. If you guys are ready for one.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
let me swap seats, get Karina in,
One moment, please.
and then we will be ready.
Incredible.
Take my headphones off for a
I'm also
second
going to
so you
say that this is a big. The next one is actually keeping in a theme because this last one's a
Or you
bullywug.
can just use
My
those.
favorite
Hey,
bullywugs that have ever existed
Perfect,
on
we got
any
it.
D&D stream have got to be Murphs in NADPOD. Shout out to the two crew here on the stream. I hope we're all listening to NADPOD here.
Oh, definitely. Not another D&D podcast is what...
I know we're speaking of half the people on this stream right now are Tonathan Tinkle and Deadeye Sybin.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. This next character is from Razor Scooter 3000. I play Rima Jeraform, a possum rogue who sends her babies out of her pouch to do stuff like scout.
Oh, Karina looks so happy right now.
Let's see if I remember what a possum looks like.
They're like a big rat.
Yeah. But
Fun little animal
specialer.
fact. Possums are I believe, the only marsupial to live in
Outside.
North America,
Yeah.
outside of Australia.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good. I love animal facts. Brennan, I feel like you and I were cut from the same cloth. We love animal facts. We love D&D.
That's all you need.
That's
100%.
That's two things. That's pretty good.
We are of the same tribe for sure. We're keeping it real cricky here today. We got possums and bullywugs.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to Frick, Palookalay. I love it.
Brennan, I have to say your Deadeye Sybin character on Not Another D&D podcast reminded me very much of a character I built from one of the first D&D adventures I did since graduating. It was with some other people at the office here, and I also did a rogue assassin fighter multi-class. And boy, oh boy, those are so fun.
Oh man, yeah. Well, that was the build for Deadeye. Deadeye was a fighter gunslinger assassin rogue,
Yeah.
and boy howdy, that's a fun build.
Yeah, I didn't know about gunslinger, so I just went battle master with my fighter. But yeah, when you can action surge on your assassinate round and just get all those crits.
Incredible.
Let me
Also,
tell
if
you.
you're doing Battle Master, that's great too, because Battle Master is giving you those extra dice.
Extra
that's
D8s,
really
yeah.
and those are multiplying as you crit, so that's
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it made everyone else in the party be like, "Why are you doing so much damage, man?
Hey, chill. Could you chill?
Could you?" I was like so excited. We had like gone on hiatus for a while, and then our DM was like, "Just make your characters level 10. We're gonna come back for like a big finale game." So I think I was like Rogue 4, Fighter 6.
Ooh.
And it was just I would just like crit everything the first round and then just be counting up dice and everyone would be like, God damn it.
Gotcha.
I'm going to jump in real quick just to say some subs.
Oh, we got so many.
The ones I can see now, and again, I apologize if I missed you. Consendium, Rebirth Games, RR397, Shockwave 527, Eat Meowth,
Okay.
Micah Halliwell, Cannibalistic Biscuit, Noirvian, and Spider-Monk95 all subbed. And also, I'll say, just because I've been, keeping up with chat a little bit here, before we get into like the next round of D&D characters, I do want to make sure we take like a moment to
open it back up,
and then Brennan will have you pick from like the new round of.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're going to have all the hard
Some people in
reading
chat
this
are like,
stream.
they've been waiting patiently to say their thing like they're supposed to, and I'd like to, reward that good ass behavior.
We appreciate
Lovely.
it. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
everyone's patience.
Yeah, thank you, chat.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out too, so I am reading and trying to figure out the best way to get this thing done.
And also, any artists who are watching who want to draw along, feel free to pick a character that we don't pick, and draw it and tweet it out, and we'll give that an RT.
Yeah, definitely.
More artists, the merrier.
Not to be a dumbass bitch, but
Uh-huh.
the pockets for possums are on their stomach.
I think they're like pants pockets. There's one on each side of
Really?
the
Yeah, because I always
of the
remember them
pants.
carrying them on their back.
I don't actually know. I'm just bullshitting.
Oh, you're just lying.
I just thought it'd be
This
funny
is
if like babies coming out of their like pants
Yeah,
pockets.
No, the marsupial pouch is normally on the stomach.
Yeah.
By the time their little possum kits are on their back, they're already out of the pouch.
Okay, yeah, because I figured that much, but I just want to be sure.
We got to get our animal facts and our D&D facts
I like
correct
learning things, so
on this
I want to make
episode.
sure, because I only ever think of possums carrying their kids on their back.
Yes, for sure.
Got a little-
Oh, we got some more gift subs coming in
Oh,
from
wow,
Eccentric
wow.
Mudkip. Thank you.
Eccentric Mudkip, thank you. And also we got subs from JVeb and SSJ Gohan 262 and Awesome Art Freak.
Wow.
Thank you.
So thanks to all of you.
Hey, y'all are awesome art freaks out there.
What's up, Awesome Art Freaks? It's Drawfee coming at you.
Karina, I know you're in the middle of drawing our
Yeah.
sweet, possum mama. By the
Yeah.
way, shout out to people who play mom adventurers. I feel like it's very cool to. There's like a lot of dad stuff in fantasy. I love a badass mom. I love a mama adventurer.
Oh my gosh, like Lilith in the Bloodkeep.
Oh, in Bloodkeep, yeah, Erika Ishii as Lilith, the Spider Queen mommy, was so fucking great. I loved it. Karina, if we want to go round 3 or 4 of this game.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you a new animal.
Me.
I'm gonna lay it on you. This one's I'm gonna give you an easier one. This one is a little bit easier. In that it's a more common D&D species. So this is a type of animal people. Gnoll. Gnoll. A gnoll.
No. I'm just gonna say mole, and I got the feeling that's wrong, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
You're so close.
I'm so close.
Here's the thing: is you're very close.
You're very close.
Oh, is that real?
I don't know.
So gnolls, as if it helps, gnolls have a similar race based on the same animal called Flinds. Flinds.
That doesn't help.
They're hyena people.
They're hyena
like weird
people.
Ah, okay. I
Right.
feel like I've seen that somewhere.
Spider-Monk95 gifted a bunch of subs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Spider-Monk95. We also got some subs from Drawfee, Have You Seen Part 5? R-Sky13, T-Maddox49, Clearly Crystals, and Squidroll.
I'm assuming Drawfee, Have You Seen Part 5 is about JoJo?
That's my assumption
and
as
no,
well.
I haven't yet. I haven't had a chance. I'm still behind on my Dimension 20. I gotta get caught up on that before I can watch more JoJo's.
Yeah, Brennan's right here, Nathan.
Brennan's right here, and he's leaving.
He's leaving. He's done.
Oh, there he
He's
goes.
munching.
No, it's so thank you so much. Yeah, we are a couple episodes into season 3 of Dimension 20 right now.
Yeah.
The Unsleeping City.
Guys, it's very good. That's
It's
what
fun.
I'll say.
It's D&D set in Magic New York, so it's very, very fun.
Yep, and we recorded an episode about that one that should be going up at some point. It's being ingested by the content machine and should be out soon. So I'm excited.
Who's
to
to
share
say
that
when
one.
it will come out the other end of the content machine?
It just be like that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's edited, it's recorded and edited, and it was a pleasure. You were actually in New York when we recorded it, which was apt.
God,
because we were
I
drawing-
love being in New York. It's great.
Wow.
Oh, I love these little goggles on these little fellas.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're,
this is
they're ready to
just
go scout.
Delightful.
Just doing stuff.
I'm having a wonderful time watching this happen.
Yeah.
I like
Her mouth is
possums.
so big
That's
and
what
toothy.
possums look
Yeah,
like.
I know. It's just like,
That's what I like about them. They always got a smile.
yeah.
Kind of a smile. You
Kind
could
of.
describe it as a smile, or as just like a horrible grimace.
I always thought it was a smile.
I leaned more horrible grimace,
Yeah,
personally.
I think like my parents lean more horrible grimace, but whenever I'd see one in the backyard, I'd be like, "That's a friend."
I'm sure that made your parents very happy. That was your instinct.
Time to go touch it.
Kind of down.
Karina Eccentric Mudkip gave 1,500 bits and said, "Heyo, just wanted to say hi and tell Karina that I super admire your art style, and especially when Hanzo and McCree do a smooch."
Thank you.
That's the good shit.
That's that good shit. We love
We
that.
crave it.
Those
And
good
Peachy
smooches.
Does Draws said, "I thought Fantasy High couldn't be topped, then Bloodkeep was so amazing, and now Unsleeping City has stolen my heart."
That means the world. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, we're having a ball bopping around to all these different worlds. It's very, very fun. It's also very fun to play in multiple worlds with the same people, because I feel like you begin to collect valuable data on who your friends are in their heart of heart when you see them. Is that have I revealed myself as a secret robot? Was that too weird?
No, I'm just thinking about the people in question, and like I think you get a good sense of like what Emily Axford's like ethos
Right.
is when playing a game, which is how can I do the opposite of what was planned at any given
Right.
moment.
But also you begin to see like you yes, you learn a lot about Emily Axford from seeing Figurath Fayeth, but you see more about Emily Axford from seeing the weird middle point gestalt in between Figurath Fayeth, Moonshine Cybin, Onyx Lumiere, and Sophia Lee. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the more characters you start to spell out in that constellation, you can really get an idea of like, oh, what is the
What's the
what is
common
the
thread?
soul? What's coming? Yeah, what's coming through here?
Yeah.
So that's a lovely thing to be able to see.
For sure. SSJ Gohan 262 gifted 5 subs. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Gohan.
you.
Thank you,
Also,
Gohan.
thank you to Cinderblock33 and Kiwi 2033 and Space Toast Ghost and Majestical Unicron and Azariam and Joms Tooper and Ada Bear and Salbastro.
I do like that we do just have these like subs to go back to at any point. It's like I wish I had that with all conversations.
Like you just ran out of things to
Yeah,
say.
like if I'm talking with someone and just like I need a moment to collect my thoughts and I'm just like, hold on, let me just read some nonsense words real quick.
It's like I do have to read these nonsense words. If you give me just a
Yeah,
moment.
just one moment, please. Okay, now we're back.
Now we're back, and I have a new thing to say.
Isn't that great?
The internet's wonderful sometimes.
Sometimes.
When it's with you guys, it's wonderful.
When you're here, you're family. Drawfee stream.
Drawfee stream. And nothing else.
And nothing else.
Uh,
Brennan, something I was thinking about is that like DMing is almost like kind of your job now. You're like a professional dungeon master.
Yeah, it's that is not inaccurate to say, and to the degree that is true, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely it's a what the fuck thing, but also I wondered if like, do you think there's like an upper threshold where you're like, I just can't fucking DM anymore, like I'm gonna lose my mind if I have to DM one more game, or is it like you could just do it forever?
I think you know how there's certain species of dog that are descended from like like border collies or like working dogs that will play fetch until they like hyperventilate and die.
Yes.
So I love D&D. Stop playing it.
Until it literally kills you.
Well, here's the issue too, is that like I've already found what my upper level is, because I've like talked with other like I've met other people that like stream and do this professionally, and it's always this funny thing when you're like getting to know people and making friends, and it's like, oh, we should hang out, let's go do something. And one time I literally said like, I don't know, let's get together and play D&D, and people looked at me like I was crazy, like doing like, you want to play more D&D than you're already. And I was like, I didn't know how to say. In the moment, I think I laughed it off and was like, nah, let's go bowling, or something like that, as opposed to saying what is true in my heart, which is like, I don't know how to relate to people through any other confines than this game. So it was a learning moment.
Yeah,
and
for
now,
sure.
And now comes the challenge in my life, which is getting literally one other hobby.
Can't
just
relate.
one.
Mood brother.
That's so funny.
Oh, I see. People are calling out that sweet little possum holding a knife, very much reminiscent of that little Vine kid.
Yeah.
Is everyone what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
What are you holding? A knife!
That's
No!
This one fell off, and now it's just playing dead.
Oh,
Karina, this drawing is wonderful.
Thank
Can I just
you.
say?
I'm excited I got to draw a possum. You made my day.
Oh, look at this, so sweet.
There.
I love the little
It's beautiful.
children. Look at these little boys and girls. Oh, look at them. They're so sweet.
I think I'm done.
not the stealthiest rogue, I would imagine, but maybe they all get real quiet when she.
Yeah,
she
like
tells
they
them
kind
to.
of like.
They hunch down and,
You know.
and creep in.
Yeah.
She has that mom power where she just sort of
Yeah,
stares at
she's
you
wearing
a certain
mom
way,
jeans.
and everybody just freezes.
She's wearing mom jeans.
She's wearing mom jeans.
Of course.
To like,
Oh, I
be
love
on
that.
top of shit.
Do we want to now officially open up the chat
Yeah.
to character ideas?
Just
Yes.
let it in.
If a mod
Right.
could do us the favor of taking off sub mode for a moment and
Unleash the floodgates.
the
Yeah.
floodgates.
Oh,
have
There
fun,
it is.
Brennan.
There
It
it goes.
Oh, there she goes. Oh, my lord.
and Brennan, do your best to find 3 out of this.
Yeah.
And
we
while we swap
swap?
seats
We'll
again.
do a little shuffle. We'll do the old seat shuffle again.
The old Drawfee Shuffle. I don't need to move.
Yeah,
Oh my
just-
goodness.
Good, great.
Everybody
Hold
plays
on.
D&D. Like, this is what's crazy to me, is that, like, I remember playing D&D in middle school and early high school, like 3rd edition, 3.5, and it wasn't, like, the most embarrassing thing to be doing, but it wasn't cool. And now it's, like, an entire genre of
Yeah.
entertainment.
It's the hot shit.
It's the hot shit.
I was like explaining to my dad, like, yeah, we're doing like a D&D stream, and he's like, what is that again? Is it Dungeon Dragons? I'm like, yeah, it's cool now. That's what cool people do now.
It's what every cool person does
It
now.
is cool now.
That's why I don't know anything.
It's playing pretend for adults.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, here's I'll give you the first of 3 so that we can start, and then I'll go pick another 2 out of here.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
I'll get into it.
Oh my
Duel.
god. We just got a bunch more subs from Duel
Oh,
gifting
thank you,
subs.
Duel.
Thank you,
Thank
Duel.
you, Duel.
Oh man, hold on. Oh, where was this? The chat just swallowed him in a wave going away. But I remember when I read this is from Corvus Glaive.
Okay.
The character is Hohenheim Abadir,
Ooh.
who is a sleep-deprived elven illusionist wizard.
Oh, I love that.
Who has a pet owl familiar, or I shouldn't say a pet, has an owl familiar named Hansen that brews Hohenheim a fresh pot of coffee every 15 minutes.
Amazing.
Big Pete Conlon mood, who is our wild magic sorcerer on Unsleeping City. The idea of being an illusionist and sleep deprived feels like some real sleep depth hallucination mood vibes to me. Of
totally.
Anything where you're not getting enough sleep and you're fucking with illusion magic feels like you are treading in dangerously close territory to the dream realm. And I love that.
Yeah, this guy's definitely in and out of our reality here.
I love that.
And Brennan, just let us know when you've picked 2 more, so that we can switch back over to sub mode and regain some semblance of control in our lives.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Oh, are we doing a mug levitation?
Yeah, I think so.
Classic.
Yes.
It's a wizard.
I mean, if I were a magic user,
I wouldn't
touch anything with my hands.
Yeah, never.
Never, ever.
If I had to choose one superpower, I would totally want telekinesis because I'm lazy and I have no upper body strength. And I just think it'd be nice.
It definitely would be nice, but also it's cool.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
It would just be really convenient.
I would just love the spell Misty Step. I just think that would be so great, just in like a crowded subway station, just be able to Misty Step past everybody.
What is Misty Step?
It's a bonus action
is that a new
teleport.
music genre?
Misty Step, yeah. It's a teleport spell. It's a low level teleportation spell. I think you get it. It's a 2nd level spell slot to Misty Step.
And what does it do?
You can teleport 30 feet.
Gotcha.
As a bonus action.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Which is nice, because then you can still take your movement and regular action as well.
What a treat.
What a treat.
Are there any subs that need reading?
There are subs that need reading. Karina, thank you for saying so.
Because I don't know where you left off.
Subs like Finch Revolution and Dude Rave and Kitty Mao and Doug Hag and Napkin 47 and Co-op Hinschmertz. And the last resort of Brother John, and I am the Eon. No, Ian the Eon. I am also the Eon, though, just for the record.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your subs, and for anyone who's been giving gift subs that I may have missed, because those don't pop up the same way for some reason.
I feel like a sleep-deprived character named Hohenheim is such a Julia.
I know, right?
Like, I need to channel my inner Julia to draw this character.
Yeah, dig deep. Brennan, are you still with us?
Yeah.
I am still with. These characters are so goddamn cool. There's too many. Everyone's so cool. Oh man. Oh, I love that. Okay, I have picked the next 2. They are picked.
All right.
All right, mods, engage sub mode.
Chat members, it's
Also,
time to chill.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
A big thanks to Ploops.
Yeah, thank you,
for
Ploops.
running this. Also, I do have, for some point in the future of this stream, a special Ploops suggestion.
Ooh.
That I think we can honor Ploops's
brave sacrifice.
Brave sacrifice by drawing that suggestion at some point before the stream is over.
That sounds lovely.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for being chill and cool about the chat situation.
Yeah. I mean, it's awesome to have so many people in and, like, hyped about this and, like, want to be a part of it. Like, that's all great. It's just we're figuring out how to...
It's just a lot.
How to manage it ourselves, because we're still pretty new to, this sort of volume.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, guys. I just got a text from Zach Oyama. It seems that Zach Oyama is in the chat right now.
Oh, nice.
And apparently keeps submitting during the open periods. Please draw me and not my character.
Hey.
That's a good goof. That's a good goof, Zach.
Solid goof, Zach. Well done, Zach.
Also, I love Zach abusing the back channels here.
He just wants people to know his good goof. I appreciate
it's a good
that.
goof, though, is the thing.
Well, Zach, thanks for watching.
Yeah, Zach, thanks for hanging.
Thanks for hanging out.
I guess no one's gifted Zach a sub, so he can't chat.
Incredibly funny. Also, shout out to Zach as the newest member of the NADPOD guest family, Mavris. In this last episode that came out, Gladeholm.
Oh, yeah.
That's rad.
Very, very rad. Correct me if I'm wrong, is Murph hanging out in the chat too? I saw a little rumor that Murph might be hanging out.
Oh my gosh.
We got the whole fam.
Brennan bringing in the real big time folks.
Yeah, big time viewers. I imagine they're all sitting in like a boardroom with like high backed leather chairs. Yeah. All watching the stream and going,
oh my god, Most Least just gifted a tier 1 sub to Zach Oyama.
Amazing.
Congrats.
Thank you, Most Least.
Oh, incredible. Great. Oh my god,
I love it.
That's so funny.
You guys are wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, look at this blurry-eyed, bags under his eyes wizard.
Tired.
Oh, this is my mood. This is my boy. I understand Hohenheim on a deep level.
Oh, we got 5 anonymous gift subs.
Thank you.
Thank you, you masked stranger. The tuxedo mask of our chat.
Make this owl a little smaller.
Oh, is that Hanson?
Yeah.
Is that Mbop?
That's Mbop.
This is Mbop the owl.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty great name for an owl.
I love the idea of being a wizard with a mysterious owl familiar and being like, "Ah, have you met my familiar? This is Mbop." Short for Mbop.
And then they proceed to sing the entirety of the song.
Yeah. That's his full name.
Strange
That's his
language.
full name. I also do really love that owls are like a symbol of wisdom, and like zoologists have come back and confirmed for us that even amongst birds, owls are some of the least smart birds that there are.
That's fair.
I didn't know that.
I'd
Yeah, which
believe
feels like-
that.
Yeah, 100%. They're also some of nature's slowest birds. They do not fly at a very high speed, which makes the fact that they deliver all of the mail in Harry Potter one of my favorite things.
It's
They're,
just it's true. Yeah, it's the
They're big, slow idiots.
it's just
They
for
lucked out by looking kind of neat.
that's
Yeah.
sort of a lot of the stuff that happens in the wizard world seems to be more for aesthetics than functionality. Like, I guess when you have the ability to just sort of magic things into existence, you have to make choices about what your priorities are as a society. And they were like, we just think owls are cool.
Yeah.
I just like them.
right. Or perhaps owls are the only people that could be conscripted into a life of servitude
Oh, yeah.
to these wizards. You know what I mean? Like there's one of my favorite things is there was an article on a study about, and I see someone in the comments saying Team Corvids, which, by the way, I am 100% on Team Corvids.
Oh,
Sign me
yeah.
up. Crows fucking rule. I have a weird crow fascination that is not. I'm not in any way a goth, although all my love in the world to people that are. But I have a weird crow fascination that is not aesthetic. It is purely in terms of how fucking cool they are on a
They're real
zoological level.
smart.
Yeah. Again, I wish Julia was here for this because Julia, big crow fan.
Huge. That's great. I'm big into crows. And there's a great article that came out that was talking about intelligence studies done between crows and ravens. And basically, a lot of the early studies came back and said ravens are way less smart than crows. Crows are where it's at. And a scientist wrote a whole paper on huge problems with this, which is basically just that, like, in the original tests that were run, ravens solved fewer puzzles, but the puzzles were presented in a way where the ravens may just not have wanted to solve them. Like, basically that crows are just friendlier and more down to hang. Like, and that was like, oh, they're vastly more intelligent. And it's like, no, they're just kind of more affable. Like, the ravens may have been able to solve a lot of these puzzles and just had little to no interest in doing so.
They're just like, why the fuck should I? Make me.
I'm a raven.
I don't have to do shit. I can just fly away.
Yeah.
Not wasting my time with this nerd shit. Ravens are dope.
Ravens are friggin' dope.
Ravens are the true goths.
I love it. That's great. Look at this great owl and helping his. This is what your relationship with your familiar really should be about, right?
Little concern.
Yeah, the
for
owl's
him.
like, I think you've had too much, but I mean, I'll keep pouring more.
You did summon me.
Sir,
So sad.
do you need to read subs?
Yes, Karina, I do. Like, we get Bumblebee's gift, and I know most least gifted to Zach Oyama, and we also got subs from Tolka Arts and Drawing Jess and Real Human, not a shrew, and Be Brave Now and
Now.
Flimily and Pube Goldberg, which I'm
Hey.
assuming is Bridgman.
Oh, hello.
And Monsieur Popu.
Also, Duel gifted more subs. Jesus Christ, Duel.
Duel, you're out of your damn gourd in a way that I like. Thank you so much, Duel.
And Mice Roar subscribed.
And yeah, Mice Roar as
I
well.
like that
Thank you.
name.
Mice roar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know they do.
In their own way.
in their own way.
Their own little micey way. We should probably also run ads after you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, let's get like
Just to make sure we didn't forget. We got to get that
Don't rush
money.
money.
That
get
sweet
some
money.
sort of spell tome, some sort of like illusion based.
What you got over there, Brennan? You snacking?
You
What?
munching?
No.
What you snacking on?
Well,
You got to
there's
share.
Did you
there's
bring enough
someone-
for the whole stream?
there's someone nearby. I'm in a train station right now.
Uh-huh.
You can hold on.
Oh, that's the train.
train.
That's
Yeah.
a real
Yeah.
train, yeah.
And there's someone nearby me who's eating Blue Diamond lightly salted roasted almond.
How specific?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're being really rude about it. But I wouldn't eat in the middle of a stream because I'm very good at planning my meals in the day, so I always know and remember to eat all the time. I'm very good about remembering to eat. So
Yeah, really.
that's something about
I
me.
believe
should know.
you 100% because people that are really good at remembering to eat usually do say it a lot.
Yeah, I'm very good at remembering to eat.
Oh,
I'm always
hydration
remembering.
check.
Oh yeah, hydration check in the chat. Everyone be sure to hydrate.
Yeah.
Drink some water if
Roll
you
for
haven't.
hydration.
I'm actually pretty
Is that-
thirsty.
is that
Karina,
a
you got a
D&D?
big water right here. You
Yeah,
want
give
it?
me my big old water. I'm
You got
gonna
this
hydrate
Detective
right here,
Pikachu
right now.
ass thing.
Yeah, it's got Ludicolo on it.
Brennan, someone in chat mentioned your recent appearance on Polygon.
Oh,
And
so fun.
I had such a fun time.
We've been quoting it.
We've been quoting you betraying Brian David Gilbert and just being like, what was I supposed to do, Brian? Whatever was I supposed to do? It just cracked me up.
Thank you. Someone pointed out that because immediately after I killed Brian, I got fucking just axed right away.
Oh yeah, you established yourself as untrustworthy.
Immediately.
Yeah.
And someone pointed out to me like why didn't you play the strategy of that game a little bit more? And if you've watched, I'm a very competitive person, but the second that there was any kind of veneer of a narrative reality, meaning like, oh, I'm a duke and I have a captain. All I could do was be playing D&D. I had no ability to do anything other than like, what's the most exciting move to make right now? And it was truly like, had truly no ability to do anything other than betray Brian David Gilbert as quickly as I could.
Of course. It was so good. And Pat's Then Perish. I don't think there was ever a better timing for anything I've ever seen. He set you up for that so perfectly.
It was so good. I had the fucking time of my life. There's also another video coming out from that same day where we were playing games together. And I will say, one of the games has zero narrative element to it. And without giving any spoilers, let's just say your boy did a little better than he did at Coup. So,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Some stains on his robe.
Quietly.
Yeah, he's not cleaning that robe. Too tired.
Yeah, so I think this is your boy, Sleepy Gary, or whatever his name was.
Mood brother.
Cool.
Should we run some advertisements?
We're gonna run some advertisements. And it's gonna be 3 minutes, so feel free to grab a snack, go to the bathroom.
Get some almonds, maybe.
Yeah, get some lightly salted Blue Diamond almonds.
Get hydrated. Good Lord, we've got a lot of people watching. Yeah, we do a little ad break at around the midway point, and then we'll be back doing some more, drawing some characters with Brennan.
See you in a dang minute or 3.
3 minutes.
Woo!
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then anyone who doesn't get ads
is
now
talking
you're just
to you.
stuck here with
is
us.
still here.
Also, I'm wildly thirsty, so I'll be right back.
Okay,
Does
so
anybody
you-
need anything?
Hydration.
I'm good.
You good? You good,
Thank
Karina?
you. I'm good.
Brennan,
I have
you
a big
good?
old thing of water.
Woo! I'm good. I'll be back in. I got a big pot of coffee and a bunch of almonds, and I'll be eating that until well into the wee hours of the morning tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, it's no way to live, but it's how I've chosen to. So
I respect that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I do love it in D20, like anytime it cuts back to you and you're clearly just like trying your best to finish a big bite of something you've taken and like react to something the players did. Cuz like those shoots must have been so long. Like the episodes are so long. Yeah.
With Escape from the Bloodkeep, we shot 3 episodes a day, which is that's why we moved into that. And it's very funny because I didn't realize it was a thing until people started commenting. And yeah, when you watch other streams with like other dungeon masters, first of all, you know them McElroys be snacking. You know that the NADPOW crew be snacking, but they have a podcast. They can edit it.
Yeah.
And then Matthew Mercer is just some kind of superhuman. He's just a saint. He's in an elevated plane of existence where he don't got to eat snacks because he's so pure of heart.
He's the only one.
Meanwhile, this humble sinner over here, I got to have my charcuterie, baby, or we're going to crash and burn. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just saying, I enjoy it. It humanizes it. There's something about seeing someone eating. I mean, I used to do it on the stream a lot because when we first started doing Drawfee streams, it was me and Caldwell and Julia sometimes when she was available. But Caldwell was only available on weekends, so I would come into the office, the College Humor office on Sundays, and usually I would have enough time to get a sandwich, not eat the sandwich, and then the stream would start. So we're getting the chomp emotes now. We made a custom emote for me eating the sandwich, but then we found out that some people, it made it physically impossible for them to watch the stream because the sound of eating and the visual of eating was so unpleasant. And so I didn't want to be exclusionary. So I've done better to avoid.
Reined it in.
Yeah, but we are getting the chomps.
But now that we have 1,700 viewers, why don't you just eat a whole big sloppy sandwich right up on the
we
side?
can really thin it out now. Yeah, we can save that.
ASMR stream.
Yeah, ASMR sandwich stream.
Yeah.
The S in ASMR stands for sandwich.
Yeah. A sandwich mouth recording.
All right, and we are back.
Good timing, dude.
That was a nice little chomp chat we had.
Yeah.
What if I draw?
What if Jacob draw?
You ever think about that?
Yeah, that's why I moved over here.
Karina, you're the smartest person I've ever known.
I could have moved, but I didn't. Because I wanted people to see. I wanted everyone who got ads to be able to see the musical chairs That happens.
And can you replace the window upon the subscription?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Jacob
you know
can do
how
that.
hard that is to
Where's the
read.
damn bar?
I don't know.
Please.
Oh.
First, you have to.
Please.
That's the
Wow.
thing. No matter where the bar is, you do have to select everything on the dashboard first before it moves. That's
It's not a good scroll unless you highlight the entire web page.
That's just part of it. All right.
Also,
Brennan, I am ready. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Karina.
No,
no,
no.
I fucked up the chair.
Jacob is not ready.
Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind.
Are you ready now?
Say the subs, and then I'll get
I'll do them once you start.
Okay, Brennan, I'm ready for my character, and I'm not losing it over here.
Hell yeah. This one is from NMC for Life. I have a Yuanti storm sorcerer / fighter
Ooh.
named Janie. She's got a southern accent and ain't too smart, but loves a good drink and a bar fight. So let me be very clear. I'm gonna try to boil down. This has like 3 powerful aesthetics here. We're talking about she is a snake person, like cowboy, but a storm sorcerer /
That's what
fighter.
I said earlier. A little yeehaw.
A little
You
yeehaw.
snake.
So you're literally talking about like if Thor was a cowboy and also a snake woman.
Yeah.
Which, man, what a character.
That
Totally.
rules.
Okay.
That's real
Yeah,
fun.
I'm just going to get going on that.
I love that.
Janie, the Yuanti, she's a Yuanti snake storm sorcerer fighter. This character rules. I fucking love this character.
That's awesome.
Subs real quick. Shout out to Toxman, Orozco 3416. Bumblebee gave a tier 1 sub to Tiny Castle Guy. Mason Gerard, I don't know if that's an A, also subscribed. Wasmobot and Motley.
That's just. I think that's just someone's name.
Yeah.
That one just looks like a person's name, maybe.
Sorry about that. And Crunky Kong.
And Crunky Kong.
Thank you.
Lest we forget the Crunky Kong.
How could you forget?
So
Also, here comes Eccentric Mudkip with more
oh wow,
gifted subs. Thank you.
So Brennan, correct me if I'm wrong, but are the storm sorcerers? Those are ones they can fly, right? They get the ability to fly as just sort of like a class ability at some point.
I'm gonna double check that right now. I do believe that is correct. There's a limited flight ability.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second here.
Because they're one of the ones that was introduced in the Storm Coast Adventurers Guide, I believe.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Sword Coast, not Storm Coast. God, don't. Oh my God. Oh no. Sword Coast.
Yes.
Sword Coast.
Faster.
Yeah, faster. Tempestuous Magic. Starting at first level, you can use a bonus action on your turn to cause whirling gusts of elemental air to briefly surround you immediately before or after you cast a spell of first level or higher. Doing so allows you to fly up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. What an incredibly fun ability. I love that.
Oh, it was in Xanathar's? My bad. It's not in both? Some of them are in both.
Nathan, you fucking idiot.
I can't believe I've done this. Well, this is why we get Brennan on, so that at least one person can retain their credibility when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons.
That. Well, what's very funny about 10 feet of flight is unless you're in a situation where there's something like immediately above you to grab onto, it's sort of just like little jetpack because you have to 10 feet you won't take falling damage from. And so it's sort of like you're popping up into the air for a second, and if there's nothing to grab on, land on up there, you're kind of just going to come back down immediately unless, you see what I'm saying? Like, there's a very funny, the physics of it are very, very fun.
Yeah.
I really love it.
You can do like body slams on people, like if you want, just like pop up and then just use your weight to come slamming down on folks.
Oh yes, there's some real great backyard wrestling here that is possible, which is great. A lot of there are some. I'm seeing a lot of double C thicks in the comment section.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time.
Well, I wanted to get like the Daisy Dukes look with like the like a Dukes of Hazzard sort of southern vibe.
Yes, 100%.
And did you say she was a warrior and a storm mage?
So she's a fighter. She's a fighter and a storm sorcerer.
What do fighters are they hand to hand or they do weapons?
They can do whatever they want. Yeah,
they fight.
Fighters are just technique and skill based warriors, right? So fighters. Some people think of fighters as just the default, like, oh, that's a class that does combat and deals damage with weapons, but they're a little bit more than that. Fighters are either you have like champions that are just that their skill is like raw skill, so they crit on 19s. They're almost like gladiator champion style people, or you have battle masters that are all about tactics and theoretical kind of combat. I love fighters personally. I think they're a great class to play. It's some people I think would incorrectly say they have less flavor than other classes, but I think what it is they're just a little bit broader. They make you do a little bit more work as a player to say this fits this story of this character, right? In the same way that a cleric is very dependent on what pantheon you choose, a fighter is very dependent on what their martial background is going to be and the story you're telling with them, which I really love. I think they're awesome. Fighters are up there with some of my favorites.
Right, and again, like as like in addition to the martial archetype you get to pick, like at level 1 you just get to choose what your sort of fighting style is, regardless of what martial archetype like at 3rd level you pick. So like you can be like, I want to be good with bows. Or
archery, great weapon fighting,
axes,
dueling, protection. Yeah, exactly.
Axes, though?
Axes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Axes are cool.
Axes are very cool.
Axes, lightning axes?
Lightning axes, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeehaw.
Yep, this is good.
We're going to get some of this kind of energy.
This is correct.
Yeehaw.
This feels
going
right.
on here.
And then don't forget snake.
Yeah, I'm gonna snake the head.
Jacob's gonna snake the head, everyone. Don't worry.
If people are concerned, don't be. I'm gonna snake the head.
This is very good.
It was a lot to work with here.
Yeah.
So,
Brennan, you're doing a great. I mean, I feel like
I like these picks.
Any D&D character is going to be fun to draw, but you're doing a very good job picking very aesthetically fun characters.
Sure, it was very difficult though.
I'm very glad. I know I am a huge Drawfee fan, and I know what you guys like, and I'm not going to come at you with some like, oh, here's my character. It's a a standard run of the mill. If I see a snake cowboy lady with light, I'm going to throw that your.
Hell yes.
Sub break. Shout out to Death is Cruelly, Sweetie Cupcake, Scaroth Gaming, Wingdings Gasher, Daco Frost, Totnell, and Pyrotechnic Squirrel. Thank you.
Karina, you're doing a great job with those.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You can read today.
How do we feel about this situation?
Boy.
It's exactly what I expected.
What have you done?
Is this right?
No.
She's a snake woman.
No.
A snowman.
Oh.
This is what Yuanti look like, right?
This is what you had in mind, correct?
Yeehaw.
This is big yeehaw energy.
Oh, I'm not okay with this. Is
I like
wild.
Do you want to have hair usually?
Listen, what you've done here is a sin and a crime. Let's examine the upsetting things on a zoological level.
Uh-huh.
The fact that I'm like the hair alone. Well, it's first of all, let's be honest, and I don't want to be crass. I try to be as much of a gentleman. You've endowed this character with a pair of mammalian breasts, implying the existence in this world of snake milk, which is deeply upsetting.
Snilk.
Wow.
Yeah, Karina makes a good point. Snilk.
Snilk. Yeah.
And then the hair. I wasn't going to say anything about the breast, but then you put the hair on the snake. So it's immediately. And I'm trying to sort this. I guess this would be a Yuan-Ti half-blood because the Yuan-Ti have pure bloods, which only have very limited serpentine features, like a slit eyes or something like that. And then there are abominations, which are the classic, like, it's fully a giant snake, just like with arms or like a humanoid face on a giant snake body. So this is a half-blood because it's a full humanoid body. But then, it's like the neck is a snake body. It's all bad. It's all what you've done is hurtful.
You see, Brennan, here's where I think I went wrong. I forgot that the things that I draw have implications that you then have to consider as someone who knows things. And I think that's maybe where I lost the track a little bit.
Yeah, usually we just get to be big dumb idiots drawing whatever, and no one who thinks has the ability to sort of tell us the stuff we're forcing them to grapple with. Oh yeah, good. Some strong.
Yeah, some thigh muscles and.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, this is of course everything that I have to do as a DM is take people's wildest imagination and put it into a world of consequences. So all that I do from dusk till dawn, or from dawn till dusk each day, is just take the wildest ambitions of my close friends and loved ones and go, Jesus Christ, do you see what you've done?
So this is good practice for you. So yeah,
we're just honestly, I don't know what you
up.
Expected. Like, did you have expectations as Jacob was drawing in the body but not the head?
Well, I guess what are we gonna say? I guess we're gonna say that when it started, I was like, okay, I guess this, like, because you started on the thighs, and I was like, hey, you're gonna lay an egg. It's good. It's like, that's great. But then we got to the torso, and then there was other things called into question, and it was like, okay, maybe Yuan-Ti do give birth to live young. Maybe that's how that works. And then we got to the head, and now I see that you've put lips on the snake woman. Why?
For kissing, dude.
What? For smooching.
For kissing. Okay, well,
that's for doing kissing.
You're a fucking war criminal, and I'm gonna call The Hague now.
I'm still caught up on egg-laying thighs.
Those are some egg-laying thighs.
Yeah.
Egg-laying thighs and face-kissing lips.
She's dummy snick.
She's dummy snick. Yay!
I'm calling the FBI. I'm doing something. We're gonna get to the.
I'm taking it away. Karina can go now.
Okay.
Karina, please cleanse our palate.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh,
Jesus
boy.
Christ.
Who's
We're just switching around.
They can't all be not upsetting drawings that we do. Even on such a wonderful stream as this with you, Brennan, we gotta get a couple in there that just make people unhappy.
Just the idea of how this woman, you even call the idea of her smooching, her head, if her torso is human size, her head is 9 feet off the ground. So for her to kiss someone at regular humanoid height, she's got to S-curve her neck or go horizontal.
That's what snakes do.
Yeah, she's got to sort of get into that sort of that about to strike pose and then really quick. I think they're
I imagine she darts in.
Also, even getting away from the romantic or sexual implications, the fact that she's got such a long wiggling neck and both her weapons are wild slashing weapons also makes me very nervous. Watching her fight with 2 axes is like, you're going to chop your own fucking head off if you're not careful.
That's the yeehaw energy.
That's the yeehaw energy, yeah.
Yeehaw energy. Western is someone fighting with 2 battle axes. Help me figure this out.
It's not the weapons themselves. It's
the energy.
Yeah, the swinging.
It's the energy. Yeah. Her head itself is like the lasso.
Listen, I know that I'm running off of a full pot of coffee and a handful of almonds, but I feel like my fury is justified.
We should keep the image up on screen as long as we're talking about it.
Yeah. Are you going to give me a character, or should I bring her back?
I'm going to give you a character. Okay, this is hopefully going to calm us way down from the assault on our eyes we just had. This is from Shockwave 527. The character's name is Marv Kasha'a. They are a Hexblade Azamar. So they're celestial-blooded Hexblade janitor with a magical shape-changing cleaning implement who has a deal with the janitor of the gods to help clean the world. An elderly gentleman with a nice mustache and kind face. So this is like a magical... Now, generally speaking, Hexblades have made a deal with, I believe, an entity in the Shadowfell.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk me through this, because there's a lot of words I don't know. I thought a Hexblade was a weapon.
A Hexblade is a Warlock archetype. That is a more sort of combat-oriented... Yeah, Brennan's got it. Brennan's going to tell us.
So the text is, you have made your pact with a mysterious entity from the Shadowfell, a force that manifests in sentient magic weapons carved from the stuff of shadow. The mighty sword Black Razor is the most notable of these weapons, which have been spread across the multiverse over the ages. The shadowy force behind these weapons can offer power to warlocks who form pact with it. Many Hexblade warlocks create weapons that emulate those formed in the Shadowfell. Because the Raven Queen is known to have forged the first of these weapons, many sages speculate that she and the Force are one, and that the weapons, along with Hexblade warlocks, are tools she used to manipulate them. So going back to our Corvid conversation earlier, but we also have an Azamar, who is a celestial-blooded character. And I would say, look, I'm going to say something maybe controversial.
Okay.
I think that if you're a dungeon master, it is your number one responsibility to remember that the only things that your characters are beholden to in the descriptions of the classes are the actual mechanics of the class. What are the spells they're getting? What are the abilities actually doing? You know, if someone comes to you and says, I would like the mechanics of a Hexblade Warlock, I want to have a magic weapon, and I want to have a pact that justifies this kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I would love it to be themed and flavored as like a janitorial spirit that I have come to like clean the world with my magic janitor's gear. My God, say yes to that.
Yeah.
That's so great. Like,
that's just good improv. Yeah.
It's just good improv. And I think too, as a DM, ideally if you're a DM, like, even if you have very little experience, at the very least, you've probably like read the books the most. Mm-hmm. And I think you can look and say, like, okay, what are the actual mechanical abilities? Is there something in these mechanical abilities that necessitates that my power come from the Shadowfell? If you read the Hexblade class, I think you can honestly come up with alternative narrative explanations for a lot of their abilities.
Right. Isn't Matt Mercer's character in Bloodkeep a Hexblade Warlock?
Yeah, and his Hexblade thing doesn't come from Shadowfell; it comes from his patron, who's shadows, right? So very sort of aesthetically similar. But obviously, I think your goal is to let the D&D lore, so to speak, be your jumping off point and allow your players their creativity in determining. And also, as a DM, if it doesn't fit your world, allowing your creativity to, reskin these things as they come up.
That's just good DM advice.
Yeah.
That's just some free DM advice you got while we were drawing some characters.
You usually got to pay for that shit.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, like, why not have fucking Scruffy from Futurama be a magic angel janitor? who's like sold his soul for a fucking magic, or like made a soul pact for a magic push broom. That feels great.
Yeah, and then like
exactly.
you get in trouble with your patron if you're in a fight that causes a pretty big mess. You know, you have to be aware of the consequences of your actions, because that's something that like I don't play Warlock very often, but that is something that, like, as a DM, you get to really sort of be as active of a patron with your Warlock PCs as you want to be.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, good friend and Escape from the Bloodkeep player Amy Vorpal makes a strong argument for why Warlocks are the best class in 5e D&D.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what her argument is it's the only class that gives you like such a charged inter-NPC-PC relationship right out of the gate. Now, you can make an argument that Cleric does the same because they have a relationship with their god, but there is an intimacy to the Warlock and patron relationship that doesn't necessarily exist. Like, it's not uncommon to have a Cleric that has never been directly spoken to by their deity, right?
Sure.
That you pray to them, God works in mysterious ways, etc., and that you don't have that direct kind of intimate connection. But I think that she does have something very interesting there, which is like, oh yeah, you do get this like immediate source of drama right as the game begins. Like, what would make someone enter into a bargain with a supernatural entity? It's a very cool thing about Warlocks.
Yeah, that's rad. Karina, I just have to say real quick, don't forget the mustache.
All right.
People in the chat are getting scared. They're getting a little worried that you might forget the mustache.
I did forget the mustache.
A lot of details into that upper lip area.
Yeah, you really got that upper lip going.
Yeah, I guess I should just undo that upper lip. I'm sorry. There were a lot of words being said to me, and the most I got was he has a very kind face.
Yeah, he's got sort of angelic blood.
Is that what it
an
means?
ASMR.
Is he? So what does it mean?
He's
an ASMR.
He's an
ASMR.
Oh,
he has a very kind voice that you like to hear very close to you.
I think ASMR, like, they look for the most part like humans, but they just have that sort of that angelic quality to them.
Oh, like
right. So he's part celestial, he's part angel. Now I will say this: tieflings look really fucking rad. Aasimar, in my opinion, get a little short shrift in terms of what they look like, because let's remember that in the canon lore of D&D,
I messed that up.
Some Celestials are literally floating balls of light.
Yes.
Mount Celestia has like hound archons that are like dog-headed warriors of justice. The Plane of Elysium has Gardenals, which are like animal celestials. So you have like Leonals, which are like these sort of like Aslan type humanoid lion people. So seeing an Aasimar who was like partially like a lion would not be unexplainable in the cosmology of D&D.
I wish I had known that sooner.
Nor is there, and then you have Arborea, where you have all and various like Gale Eladrins and Fear Eladrins and Coor Eladrins, like little fairies and stuff. So there's a lot of Celestials that Aasimar could have been descended from that are, would give them weird ways to look. Or if you're going off the Bible, angels look fucking crazy in the Bible.
That's
like,
true.
It's like, I think in there's like an
Do they only
ever-burning...
have one form?
They can have multiple forms, but sometimes their true forms are, hey, I'm like 7 floating eyes in a stack with a sword turning over my head, 18 wings. The Archangel Habriel in the Quran is said to be like, when Muhammad first sees him, it's like, oh, the angel had 70,000 necks, and on each neck was 70,000 heads, and on each head was 70,000 mouths, which is something, it ends up being like quadrillions of mouths all praising the name of Allah. There's some dope angel shit in the world.
Yeah. See, that much I know. I didn't realize that was what it meant. Man, let's just say that he has more eyes than you think.
That's what the wink is for. Got a few eyes in some places you might not guess.
When he takes his hat off, it's got so many up there.
All eyes under there.
But he looks nice.
Yeah.
He looks kind and inviting.
Yeah.
So we're going with that.
There's a touch of the angelic there, for sure.
He's like the old guy in the movie who like appears and like gives the character the advice they need at the critical moment.
Exactly.
And then later the character's like, oh, I only showed up here because that old janitor told me that you would be here. And then they're like, old janitor? There's no old janitor that works here.
See, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
He's the Santa Claus figure.
Yeah.
He's that old guy in the Princess Switch. Remember that movie?
Yeah, that's exactly the type of thing I'm thinking of. And that old guy has no fucking reason to be in that movie.
But he keeps showing up.
And it's like, is he Santa? Is that what they're trying to tell me? Or what's the deal here? He's that old guy.
I just like that.
That's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I like that Brennan is able to just sort of like off the cuff quote from the Quran, and we're like, yeah, like the princess switch. like in the princess switch.
That much I get.
I'm gonna say some subs real quick.
Please do.
Sweetie Cupcake, Scare Off Gaming, Wingdings, Gasher, Daco Frost, Totally, Pyrotechnic Squirrel, Mosaic, Ryu, The Keywork CC, and Wept Long all subscribed, and there were more people as well that I can't see at this moment, but thank you all very much.
Would you like me to scroll down?
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
We can't be scrolling and drawing. It's impossible.
It's impossible. The people came here for the draws, not the scrolls.
Not the scrolls.
I will say, though, Brennan, I do, like, your just sort of general knowledge about everything it's like, it really enriches, I feel like, the stories that you're able to tell. Like, you can tell that you know what you're talking about. Like, it seems like it's hard to sort of throw you off. And your players try to do that, and you're able to just sort of, like, in character, be very knowledgeable about whatever they're throwing at you, which is cool to see.
Oh man, that's so kind of you to say. My long con is working. I can't believe it. That's that's wonderful. I've tricked you all. That's really great. No, it's a very I like all the shit that I'll put it this way. Anytime I'm running my mouth off about some of the shit, we are absolutely hitting the outermost edge of what I know that I'm talking. You know what I mean? It's just, it doesn't go any deeper than what you get. So it is truly skin of my teeth every time I manage to pull off sounding even a little bit like I know what I'm talking about. What an incredible illusion!
It's a powerful illusion.
Yeah.
You've mastered the ability to sound like you know what you're talking about, and it's very impressive.
As long as there are no follow-up questions.
Yeah.
We're safe.
If you say it definitively enough, it's like, well, I'm not gonna challenge him on that. That's talking about. Sounds like you know what you're talking about. What's the like that super complicated religious / political thing in the Fantasy High arc that they keep referring to? The
Perditional Contradoxy?
Yes, Perditional Contradoxy.
Dude, that is full gibberish. That's nothing.
It's great.
It's completely made up. Yeah. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's like, it's very fun to make up fake medieval Catholic, stuff that sounds like, weird Latin-based church nonsense or Greek-based church nonsense. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's one of those made-up things that I feel like you need to have at least some base knowledge in order to make up a fake thing that sounds that like it might exist, you know?
Yes, it's very, but there's like a tremendous amount of that that's like, I don't know, I find that stuff fascinating, right? Like, there's so much interesting theology born from the time period where the Catholic Church was completely in charge of European life. You know what I mean?
Doing it again, guys.
Tell more.
Princess Switch.
Well, I don't know. It's something very cool because you think about those conversations about theology being like, so, like if you go back and look at the original like stuff that like Martin Luther was talking about in the original like Reformation when people were like rebelling against the Catholic Church. There's so much of it that's political. And then there is some stuff that is just the deepest nerdy shit where you're like, no, man is savable only through good acts. And then it's like, no, only through faith alone is man redeemable. And it's like, wow, a lot of people fucking died over the nerdiest bullshit. Like, this is so intense. And then you're like, yeah, because this was the entirety of public intellectualism was contained within theological disputes between the church. I don't know, many hundreds of years after like the violence and chaos of it all, it's very interesting. Which is what a place of privilege to be saying that. But yeah, like,
Yeah.
So yeah, all that traditional controdoxy stuff is like very drawn from like those deep theological disputes that are really intense and honestly still shaping the world to this day.
Wow.
Damn, that's some dope shit. I mean it though.
No, man.
You
from
bring
the
an
bottom
energy
of
to the
my
stream,
heart.
Brennan. You
That's
bring
some
some
dope
real
shit.
smart dude energy to the stream that we lack severely
It's that
on a
thing
usual
where
basis.
I feel like I've learned something.
Yeah. But like from a teacher I really like.
Yeah. It's that good teacher thing where
Yeah.
it's like they're not talking down to you, they're lifting you up to their level.
Yeah, because they sound excited about it themselves. And so it's like you want to be excited about it too.
Yeah. That's how you make us feel, Brennan.
Yeah, Brennan. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Brennan.
Shit. Everyone's being so nice to me. I really appreciate it. Look at this good
Anyway,
dude. I
here's
love
something.
Yeah, I
I
want to be
read.
nice
Yeah.
to Karina right now because this drawing fucking rules.
This
Oh,
is
thank
awesome.
you.
This is so cool.
This is very cool.
I didn't want to interrupt the lecture. So
Yeah.
So you just added some cool
I
shit.
just kind of went
Yeah.
on,
You just made an
It
incredible
was really
drawing.
interesting. Here's, here's that guy.
Here's that guy.
Can you please repeat the name? I forgot it. I was taking in a lot of information.
His name is Marv Kasha'a. Dude's name is Marv Kasha'a. Janitor Azamar. Oh, incredible.
Can we get a little name tag that says Marv?
Yeah, one
Oh,
little Marv.
You're
please.
right.
On his breast, on his little
His little breast.
on his little breast pocket.
Yeah, that's important.
But we should, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do 3 more, but may as well get
Absolutely
them.
not.
Nathan, do you mind if I assign you Ploops's
Oh,
request?
I do not mind.
Oh my
Because I think you'd be the best one for the job.
I would love to do Ploops's request.
Since you know anything.
I know a thing or
Yeah.
two.
Well, you know more things than we know.
He's gonna clean up.
Oh, non-existent pumpkin. That's real sweet. They're definitely getting the emotion that I drew in today's Drawfee Beans. We drew our heart's desires, and my heart's desire was that that people watch the stream and enjoy it.
Oh,
Wow.
It was my way of plugging the
Wholesome.
stream
very nice, Nathan.
through drawing.
Well done.
Yeah. So thank
Okay.
you for bringing it full circle. I'm gonna switch seats.
Yeah, get in the driver's seat.
Do we need some more characters? Should we open up to other characters or no?
Yeah, if you want to start. Will we have time? Do you think, or will we?
May as well get them
We
just
have
in
15
case.
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's open up and you can grab a couple and we'll do whatever we have time for.
Yeah, and even if we don't have time to draw them, you can still say them.
Yeah.
Because people like
Love it.
hearing their characters said.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Oh, we're all back, baby.
Here-
Wowie,
here
wow,
they
there it
go.
goes.
That rules. People have. Everybody's got a character. I love it. It just makes me happy seeing that. I know it's
doesn't
crazy.
like talking about their OCs.
It's crazy and intense to see in chat, but it makes me as my middle school nerd self inside me just well up with pride seeing all that.
Nathan,
Yes.
your character you have here is named Bridge. He's an envoy warforged warlock, whose patron is the Great Old One.
Awesome.
And hobbies are painting, reading, and touching things he's never touched before.
So what's an envoy?
And I've actually got a drawing of this one that I can show you afterwards.
Okay. So Warforged, I know, are the way they put robots in D&D.
Ribbits.
They were like,
Yes, that's correct.
They were like, we want robots. And he's a great old one warlock. The only time I've ever played a warlock, it was a bard warlock multi-class. And it was a great old one was the patron, and it was a patron that didn't like all of the loud music that people were playing.
Yeah.
And so I had to play, it granted me the ability to be a musician, but I had to play soft music. That was my...
I have additional information for you.
Okay, great.
This is coming in hot off the presses.
Okay.
So Envoy is a schoolboy, and his inbuilt tools are just his fingers, which he secretes paint from. Also, he drinks paint.
Nice.
Cool.
So it's a schoolboy artistic robot. An artsy schoolboy robot.
Artsy schoolboy robot. Love that.
So what's the deal with Warforged? They got lightning in them? They got spirits in them?
So my understanding, and again, Brennan, feel free to correct me, but my understanding is they're from the Eberron campaign setting.
That is correct.
Yeah, and they're sort of these constructs that were made for the last war that was fought, where like one of the nations just sort of got fully destroyed. And so they're just sort of left over from this big war that happened a few years ago. And now they're just...
Yes, that is correct. They were made for war. And so here, I'll read you direct from the source. The Warforged were built to fight in the last war. The first Warforged were mindless automatons, but House Kenneth devoted vast resources to improving these steel soldiers. An unexpected breakthrough produced fully sentient soldiers, blending organic and inorganic materials. Warforged are made from wood and metal, but they can feel pain and emotion. Built as weapons, they must now find a purpose beyond the war. A Warforged can be a steadfast ally, a cold-hearted killing machine, or a visionary in search of purpose and meaning. So they're kind of like their core is made out of wood, but then they have kind of like steel and metal and sometimes stone carapaces that kind of give them that row body.
Right. So why did they make them able to feel pain?
That's a great question, Jacob.
You're made for war, and we could make it so you can't feel pain, but we really want you to. So we're going to go ahead and give you that feature.
I just think it's neat.
There's two schools of thought on the matter. The first is that the original leaders of House Kenneth were nasty fucking freaks and just got off on the idea of the Warforged. They're like, no, I want you to feel all the pain. The other idea that I kind of subscribe to and like is that like Mark I Warforged didn't feel pain and just kept fucking jumping into volcanoes and just blowing themselves up. And that pain is actually a really useful development, and that you can't run a body without it.
Yeah, that probably does make sense, doesn't it?
Interesting.
The more you know. Pain is good sometime.
Love to have it so I don't jump into volcanoes.
Yeah.
When you can't control yourself and you keep jumping into volcanoes and other dangerous locations.
Mood, brother.
So,
You pass me my water, Karina?
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, did you grab the characters for this round already?
Oh, are we grabbing?
No, you can grab Brennan.
Yeah, we might have time for one more after this.
Grab us one more.
Maybe Jacob
right,
can
I'm gonna
redeem himself.
Gotcha.
I just had this one special request, and now my special time is done. I'm no longer special.
I think I'm going to give him just like a tuft of hair, like some wooden carved hair.
Oh, that's cute.
I like that.
Yeah. And I know that, like, there's no reason a Warforged would need glasses, but again, I think it's like an aesthetic choice.
No ears to hook them things on.
No, I'm gonna give him a little.
Kind of
I'm gonna give him a little
soldered
hooks.
on.
Yeah,
give him little hooks for them. You can sort of hook them in.
So that's
like
a
that.
custom adjustment.
That's a custom adjustment. And then we said their fingers are paints. Is that
yes,
is that what we?
Their fingers. Paint comes out of the fingers.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna do sort of the classic, like, running to catch the bus.
Sure.
Sort of. sort of trope.
Yeah, I love it. Late for school again.
Yeah, but there is just sort of paint coming out
Yeah,
of these fingers.
can't really control it.
Yeah, when they get nervous, the paint comes out.
Yeah, that's rough. Because then, like,
That's
it's going to be
rough,
one of
buddy.
those, like, cyclical things where it's like, oh, I hope I don't get nervous, and the paint comes out, and
Yeah.
then you're already nervous.
Exactly.
And the paint's already coming out. I don't know how you get around that.
Seeping paint from my fingertips.
Yeah, that's a problem. Why do I feel like this Warforged is in, like, the first episode of an anime?
Because that's exactly what's going on.
That's what I'm drawing.
Yeah, I think that's what you're drawing.
When you said schoolboy, like this was, I only have so many points of reference.
Yeah.
We've established the princess switch as one.
That's one of 3 points of reference you have.
That I have. Yeah, I've got princess switch, JoJo, and
Anime.
and just anime.
Just all anime.
'Cause
JoJo's a specific one.
JoJo's separate.
Did we pick a character that happened?
When Brennan
think-
goes
I think
quiet, that's what he's doing.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I think I've got them. I think I've got them all.
You got him?
Should we
Yes.
All right, shut it down, Ploops.
fix the chat then?
Shut him out, Ploops. I'm done with them.
Thank you, everyone, for sharing your characters. It just gets really hard to read when every message is a paragraph and they're moving really fast.
Yeah, but thanks, everybody,
But
for
thank
all
you,
the,
yeah.
all the
Yeah.
participation.
And again, if anybody saw a character that they liked and want to draw their own fan art of that character, please do and tweet it at us and we'll share it.
Yeah.
I love to see fan art. That's just a thing.
That's just a thing.
Yeah. Every time I see it, it improves my day. And we're in a fortunate position where a lot of people send us fan art, and so my day is just constantly being improved.
One of these days it's going to peak.
Yeah, I don't know where the upper limit is, but I'm worried about it. Nathan, can you switch back to the dashboard so I could read some subs?
Oh yes, of course. Sorry, I
Some
needed to get some Warforged reference.
I only got a couple subs I haven't said.
Okay,
We
good.
finally reached the point of the stream at the end of it,
Yeah.
where we're caught up. Pyrolithic X and Kistrin 2020, which is not Kristen or Kirsten, it's Kistrin
2020.
2020.
2020. Vote Kistrin, probably. Yeah, today's drop along is draw each other's OCs.
Please.
Blizzard Star.
Or draw your own.
Or draw your own OC.
If you really wanted to see your OC drawn and no one did it, do it yourself. We believe in you.
Today's drop along is just draw whatever. Just draw whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the de facto draw along anyway.
Yeah.
Just draw something.
Just
All
draw.
that's important is that you draw.
Yeah. If you're drawing something, it's a drawing.
If you're
Yaffe.
drawing something, it's a drawing.
It's a drawing.
It's gonna be a drawing.
Words of
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, then it's not going to be a drawing, and you can't afford that. You got to pay the bills. So go draw something.
Oh, we're not gonna have. I'm taking too long with this. I'm sorry. We're not gonna have time for the last one.
This is
You
really nice.
made a
No.
mistake and decided to have a good time.
I just wanted to do a good job.
Well, this is really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love this pose.
I love the little shorts.
Oh, yeah.
the shorts
Little
are a
school
nice
shorts.
Oh yeah, we're getting to the bottom of the canvas again. Of course.
touch.
Brennan, do you have any drawing background? You ever do any drawing?
I have done some light drawing, but I never, I never was as diligent as I would have needed to be to become decent at it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like I remember being friends with Molly Ostertag young, and she would be in that sketchbook all day, every day, man.
Oh, how long have you
And,
two known each other?
We met at summer camp when we were kids.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. We've known each other for, I want to say, 15 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Which we've been good friends for a long, long time. Oh, I love this. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to just read off the ones that I picked so that there's we can get some closure for those people because they were
shout out.
Yeah, totally.
Definitely.
cool. These ones are all lovely, and everyone's characters were so fucking cool. These are just the ones that I snatched up as I was zooming through. This one's from the Ultimate Triforce, which is the baby I would like drawn is a Runechild Sorcerer, Aarakocra. Karina, any guess on what an Aarakocra is?
Oh, I know this one actually.
Is it the bird one?
Yeah,
It's the bird one. It's the horrible bird one.
The wretched bird one.
Aarakocra called Soleil, who had their wings maned when they were young and do their best to hide their scars with a silver circlet around their heads. Their head and feathers forming a pixie boyish cut. They are the most socially awkward person who talks to dead souls. They sound like a rad character.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Then there is Sweater Goramna, has a white feathered kenku. Karina, any guess on a kenku?
This is a trick.
I don't know that one.
Because you already...
Yeah, is that also a bird?
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I know. That was a trick. You tried to trick me.
Specifically, Corvid. They're little crow people.
Oh.
Going back to our crow conversation, named Cinder Koss with a penchant for partying when she isn't fighting for good to try and cope with her haunted past. She enjoys wearing a variety of baubles, and her best friend is a crummy talking scimitar that she formed a warlock pact with.
Yeah. I love a talking sword.
Oh, God. If I was a DM, I would kill to be someone's talking sword who they don't get along. And the last one, which I'm very upset because I think this is the most Drawfee thing that you guys would love to draw so much. This is from TK Sam. My character is Zed, a sentient squid fighter who lives inside an armor and uses the tentacles to awkwardly move the hands and legs of the armor, and is also a really nice guy who makes too much jokes. He uses a longsword. Now
They made
Octodad a D&D character.
That sounds very Octodad.
That rules.
I love it.
That's
I'd love
so
to imagine
good.
a little squid face just peeking out of the helmet, jangling down the road.
Just the idea of a suit of full plate mail, just horrifyingly. You know those like movement AI generators where they're like, here's a human body, now you as a computer, you move this how you think is the most efficient.
Yeah.
And you get some horrifying like butt scooching, inchworming human body.
Yes.
The idea of like how a squid would move a suit of full plate mail of like, good evening, I, a normal human knight, would love to purchase some cuttlefish. Is that what you all eat?
I mean, is that what we eat? Humans, that is.
Humans, yeah.
Which I am.
Now you're telling me I would ride horse? I've done this many times before.
And now I'll do it again. Just kind of like slams into the horse sideways and inches its way up, laying over the saddle.
I love that so much. That's great.
Nathan, excellent work.
I love this.
We've reached the time. It's the 9 o'clock hour.
It's the
my
time.
goodness.
Okay, so let's get a Porfo. I think he's got a sketch of a Porfo on one of these.
Yes, definitely get a sketch of a Porfo.
We'll run back through. We'll take a look at all of our characters that we've drawn.
Yeah. Pukanichi also subscribed for 25 months.
Thank you.
Wow.
And the most important thing is that Brennan's got to see my yeehaw snake lady again.
Yeah.
Yay.
No.
Just one more.
I do not wish for this.
Yeehaw.
Your wishes are unimportant here.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
May she visit you in your darkest dreams.
All right.
She will.
So our first character, of course, was that lovely gnome shepherd sorcerer.
Yeah.
Whose family had been turned into rocks. Then we got, what a
The
treat.
good frog.
I got to get some points for this one, Brennan.
Yeah.
I think your two drawings cancel each
Any
other
goodwill you earned from this delightful frog bard.
Yes, the delightful frog bar is where we should have fucking stopped. If I had known what was to come. You know what my favorite thing about this frog is?
What?
He's got no titties. That's what I like.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was something I liked about him the first time I saw him. But yeah,
I guess so.
Giving you new appreciation for the frog.
Oh,
Man, I love this one so much.
The possum mom.
Possum
Oh,
Mom.
I love Possum Mom.
Yeah, Karina, this is so good.
Thank you. I'm so glad I got to draw a possum.
What a
Look at
treat.
these sweet little possum babies.
Look at them while you can. You're 2 drawings away.
Oh yeah, sleepy
Julia.
Gary.
This one I didn't really fill out the composition of the scene. I feel like these two were very full sort of scenes, and this one he's sort of, I think he's just sort of got like his sort of fog of like he
It
just
has
woke
tired
up.
energy.
Yeah.
It's a tired drawing done by a tired person.
Too tired to really pay attention to the surroundings.
All right,
What I
it's
do love-
time.
Yeah, what I do love is that Mage Hand is a cantrip, so we do have him here. It makes sense that he would be like using Mage Hand to lift the coffee to his mouth rather than his feeble arms.
Yeah, and he hasn't fully formed the shape of the hand. He's just like, it's like the idea of Mage Hand. He's like, you get it. It's just, I'm just drinking coffee. I don't need to form the whole illusion. It's too early. Don't ask me to form a Mage Hand before I've had my coffee.
It's too early in the morning or late in the
Mike
evening.
says.
I'm not exactly sure what time
There's
it is.
no way to know.
I just know that I'm tired.
I've got to chug all this coffee. I've got to stream with a bunch of weird cartoonists.
Yay!
Yeah! Yeehaw, motherfuckers! Let's go!
Y in the chat for yeehaw.
Let me get some damn
S
yeehaws in the chat.
for sneehaw.
That's in the chat for snilk.
That's for snilk.
Brennan, aren't you so happy? Here she is.
Let me be very clear. In a manner of my choosing, on a day you least expect, revenge is coming. It's coming for you.
Oh no, I've made a vengeance pact.
The only thing longer than this hideous abomination's neck is my fucking memory. I'm coming for you. There will be a day of reckoning, as God is my witness.
Brennan, the only thing I reckon is that I love this snake.
I think she's nice.
Oh God. It's something. Boy howdy.
This is art. It's meant to elicit an emotional response.
Yeah.
From,
Clearly it did.
It means
And,
I
yeah.
succeeded.
This is the most art we've gotten on the stream,
Yeah.
I think. And then, of course, we've got this lovely angel.
Oh, this one's so good.
Angel janitor.
I just
I
Marv.
love this.
yeah, the full like composition of it, so nice.
Honestly, like Unsleeping City vibes here. I love the like mundane janitor thing, and then you're like, yeah, but behind the mundane,
Yeah, like when
exterior-
the light hits in the right angle, you see some
Fucked up
angelic shit.
shadows, yeah.
Yeah, some extra
I
eyes.
yeah, I also love the weird geometry of the shape above his like janitorial
Yeah,
instrument.
you know,
It's
it's
always-
just it's something.
I always like, this is a weird thing that I always dig, is what, because like Lovecraft tried to make like eldritch horror a exclusive domain of the forces of darkness. I like my celestial beings to have a little bit of eldritch horror to
Oh,
like,
for sure. Yeah.
you know, like it's like, oh, you have no idea how powerful love truly is. If you could behold the cosmic love that the celestial heights hold for you, your fucking mind would unravel. I like that. That makes me
Yeah.
feel.
I like that too.
I like that as well. I
Yeah.
wish I had thought of it sooner, but I just drew a janitor and then went back and added it in.
I feel like you nailed it.
That's
Thank you.
That's a classic artist trick. Is just add it in after you
Yeah.
got of it. Yeah. And then of course we have our lovely schoolboy.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Squirting that
Warforged.
paint.
All over. He's gonna run right into it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Brennan, this was such a treat. We had so much fun hanging out with you. Would you want to do it again?
Fuck. Let me think. How good is your guys' next Monday? Good.
Next Monday we are streaming.
Oh shit. Well, let's make that a plan. I will be back here next Monday for the stream. That sounds awesome.
That sounds wonderful.
Hell yes, let's go gamers.
Let's go, gamers.
Woo! Hell yeah. And for everybody in the chat, it has been so fun hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much. Rest assured, if any of you suggest a snake woman again, we're going to have issues, you and I. We're gonna have, you and me are going to have words, chat. No, I'm so excited for next week.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, we usually end by saying we're sorry. I think we can collectively sort of put all of our sorries into this one. Because I think the stream itself was good and beyond reproach. But I guess sorry to any subs we missed.
Yeah,
definitely sorry to that.
Sorry about the mess of the chat, but also thank you for participating.
Thanks everyone for being so cool in the chat. We really appreciate it. We're entering dangerous new territory with these bigger streams, and we really appreciate everybody being cool in chat.
Sorry, I said snilk.
I'm not sorry.
Don't apologize for that, and I will not apologize.
I take it back.
For this strong yeehaw woman living her best life, regardless of what Brennan thinks. She's out there giving smooches.
Snilk gang.
I am only going to apologize to. I want to make it very clear that to the person whose character this is, your character is extremely rad, and you and me should meet up and plot out how we're going to get Jacob back for what he did. Your character rules, and Jacob's going to pay for it. So let's make sure that happens. This has been so much fun, guys.
This rule.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Brennan.
Thanks, Brennan.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. We'll be back on Friday from 3 to 5, and then again we'll be back on Monday. Brennan will be with us again.
Brennan part 2.
For more crimes.
Double Brennan.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank y'all. We're sorry.
Bye, guys.
Bye.